Sorry about that interruption. Anyway, as I continue, 13th of December, need this to drop by another 2%, another 4 months. Still looking like March is our target window to be able to declare war on Poland. So, still need that to drop. Want to see it. There, 25, 2 months officially from the 18th of December. So, around the 18th to 20th of February, we should be able to trigger the corresponding. Oh, it'll put us close. We should be able to trigger the corresponding national focus, meaning these guys need to be trained, which they are. They need orders, frontline orders. Let's get them up here. Let's stretch that line a little bit more. And let's give them a front line as well. Looking good. Let's assign them to the line. Wonderful. Let's check our stockpiles for fighters. Got almost 600. Wonderful. Once I cross that 600 boundary, I'll double that again. And once that gets to 400, I'll double that again. Where are we at? We're over 600. Let's cut these guys in half. And let's train them. Let's pick new research. It's almost 39. Let's knock out this. And let's also knock out this. Get those done. And did I get across the 400? Not quite there yet, but I'm going to say I'm close enough. Let's cut those guys in half. And let's get them training. Let's also backtrack and augment those factories. Let's backfill. Got 3 here, 2 here, 1 there, and let's backfill the civilian factory. So, how are we looking? We're in December of 38, practically January of 39, and we need 2 months for that to drop. That is putting us in a great position. We've already backfilled our research, and we're 3 short of backfilling this. That's good. How many naval bombers do I have? Only 20 extra, but we can at least train those up to level 3. These need any additional training? Yes, they do. Let's train those to level 3. Done. We're looking beautiful. All right, we're January of 39. Getting closer and closer to our assault on Poland. Let's get frontline orders. Well, not frontline, but offensive line orders. Let's get the pink army. Let's get its offensive line, which is just going there. We have to do a slight edit and have it execute from only that one province. How are we looking on training? Looking really good. Oh, already wrapping up some of them to level 3. Looks like these guys stopped. Let's tell them to start again. Good. Backfilled and trained. Let's stay on the Air Force for a moment. I have a total of 1,200. So we're going to start doling out assignments. You guys are all air superiority. Let's grab 3. Put them on green. 3 more. Put them on yellow. Only 2 on pink. Let's do 4 on red, the tanks. Medium bombers. 2 orders, all on red. And with 800, let's do 1. Oh, let's grab all 800. Give them the order. And then let's do 3 on yellow, or 3 on green, 3 on yellow, and 2 on pink. All right, my my air forces have been allocated. My front line and offensive lines have been defined. We are so ready to take out the Poles. And we're below 24%. It is February. We are in great shape. So in 5 days, I will start Danzig or war. And then 70 days after that, the Poles will refuse. 24 hours after that, I will be invading. So I've got one additional um, military factory available. We're going to bump you guys to 10, and then you guys get 10 more. I need some naval bombers. I need more than I have. I need to build more. All right, I have built or completed my last national focus before I make my aggressive move in Danzig or war. So, it starts on February 7th. It takes 70 days. They will fall, so it's going to take all of February, all of March, part of May, but they will fall shortly after that. And the Poles will be mine. All of the Polish territory will be mine. Okay, I've already knocked that out. Let's go ahead and knock this one out real quick. Get my 39 tech researched. So I've got 2 more 39 techs I can knock out here or start in the next 30 days or less. We are sitting pretty. Let's do an update to our Navy. Let's get 5 more rotated over there. Let's update our submarine fleets. Sending 10 additional out to one of the fleets, and then I'll split the fleet in half. So I'll have a total of 50 subs out in Indonesia. All of these are fully trained. That is fantastic. How am I looking on stockpiles? I have nothing negative. I am in a surplus everywhere. This is ideal. One thing I didn't do is I didn't complete upgrading these guys. Now that I've got a little more air tech, let's give them a little more bite, a little more attack power. Oh, we are sitting pretty right now. Alright, advanced machine tools completed. It is March of 39. I'm going to knock out some of my air tech. I'm going to accept the terms. I'm not violating them, so I will accept them. The reason I mention this is I believe this will influence whether the United States guarantees the independence of those 2 countries. Crossing my fingers that they do not. But if they do, they do. I'll deal with it after the fact. Let's get that airplane tech knocked out as well. So I've got 1 in 40 days, the rest 30 to 40 days after that. I have a lot of technologies that are going to mature here. Got a mile I need to make decisions for. This is for the medium bombers. And let's also swap out my artillery. Let's make the bigger, badder artillery. All right, looking wonderful. Plenty of artillery in the stockpile. Oodles of infantry equipment. Plenty of trucks. Plenty of support equipment. Planes, obviously, I want in the thousands. We're not there yet, but it is improving. Knocking out military factory production fairly rapidly. We are in prime position to move on Poland. There we are. The Poles have refused to cede Danzig. So 24 hours or at 1 a.m. on the 18th, I can declare war on Poland. In the interim, I'm going to choose Imagine a Line. If we look out here, we do not have anyone guaranteeing the independence of Poland. I am going to slow time down so I catch it right at 1 a.m. So we're almost there. There we go, 1 a.m. I can officially declare war on Poland. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to click here, click there. Declare war is now an option. Boom. The allies do not join. I'm going to activate all of my offensive lines. And once I unpause, the Poles will start to get overrun. Of the 5 divisions there, 1 I'm going to keep here because I don't want to leave this one empty. So I'm repetitively hitting the H key to halt what they're doing. I'm going to take these 4 divisions and have them back up those 2 so that I have a quicker and higher likelihood of those divisions collapsing. I want to take Gdynia as quickly as possible. In the interim, when you're fighting the war against Poland and you have this long field marshal front line, it pretty much manages itself. I'm going to show you an exception to that rule here. Once I cut off, once I cut off the Poles and have a contiguous front line. There's a goofy coding thing, in my opinion, going on with the game that should be addressed. But the other thing you have to manage is the expansiveness of this focused front line. This red front line is the front line for my tanks. It will want to sprawl or spread out across the entire front line of Poland. Well, if you let it do that, the focused, concentrated effort of your tanks is significantly diminished and they're not as effective. Keep it small. That's my recommendation. So let me unpause. And we're going to stay focused here. Up there. It's trying to expand again. Don't let it expand. Keep it focused. See, those 9 tanks are going there. Instead, you guys go here and there. Up, trying to expand again. Do not let it expand. So go to the edit mode and shrink it. Actually, you'll stay there, but you are going to shrink. Almost broken this guy right here. Oh, we are sitting pretty here. And he's going actually here and there. And I'm going to take half of them, and they're going to go here. All right, we're looking good. Starting to expand still a little too much, so I'm going to shrink it. Those 4 are now going to push up here, creating an opportunity for me to push here. I hit the F3 key to see my air coverage. All green air meaning that I control the skies over Poland and over eastern Germany. Oh, you can go there, but you cannot go to there. You're going to backtrack to there. Keep them focused, keep them concentrated, keep them pushing forward.
Zeigt es ihnen! Angetreten! Achtung!
Actually, I'm going to let it expand there, but I'm going to shrink it. Let's go back to edit mode. I'm going to shrink it over here. Yeah, you're good. Let's cut them off. Once they're cut off, almost there, so close. There we are. we have the uh, uh, cut off the front line. Now we've got a contiguous front line. Let me go ahead and do an edit. I'm going to drag the Field Marshal front line order. Oh, it's right here. Drag that order over to the end. I'm going to now get rid of my pink front line order, the magenta one. It wasn't part of the Field Marshal order. I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to do some more edits. I'm going to drag I'm going to drag the Field Marshal over to here. So Field Marshal yellow. I'm going to leave all of the yellow army, reassign them to exclusively cover this area. I'm going to take the pink army and tell it, hey, join the Field Marshal order. There we go. So without a lot of shifting required, I'm able to push forward. So we're looking good here. We're going to push into there. We're also going to push in here. Let's add an offensive line for that order, and let's activate it, and we are sitting very pretty here.
Zeigt es ihnen!
So I've unpaused. We should be taking them out quite rapidly. I don't need those tanks pushing there. I want them to push here. These guys all push. These guys all push. These guys all push. These guys stop moving. Push. Push, push, push. You push. You. Don't forget about the order I just frickin' gave you. Push.
Zeigt es ihnen!
You push. You
Angetreten!
push.
Ausrücken!
Alright, you're already pushing. Good. Alright, finish some more research. We're May of 39. I do need to knock this out. 164 days. Not going to push it yet. I'm already knocking those out. That's wonderful. I do also, now that it's 39, let me go ahead and upgrade my field hospitals. Alright, these guys look like they're going to collapse pretty soon here. There we go. We've cut off more troops, and the troops also died. We're sitting pretty. No, you're not leaving. You're staying there. Push. These six. Oh, good. You're still following my orders. That area's about to collapse. You can watch it tick down. Need organization and or strength to collapse. Looking good, looking good. This one is almost done. It's gone. They're about to fall. Alright. Oh, perfect. They're still pushing. So, alright, you guys are leaving. I'm fine with that. You guys push in. Let's knock these out. Oh, you guys, I'll push in. Stop trying to surround, and let's actually push in. That'll help this fall faster. Sometimes the AI, when you simply have an order and you let it follow it, is too busy following an order and surrounding instead of attacking. So I simply controlled the attack. Now, what did I say about the front line for the tanks? It likes to expand. It's ridiculous. Let's control it. You're coming back to here. Your end is also coming back to here. Now that we've got a more focused front line for tanks, let's tell them to push to here and say go. Let's also upgrade, give our general an additional tank enhancement, and let's also get these guys to push up to there. So let's unpause, and off we go. Warsaw is about to fall. There it goes. We're going to get an event notification here. Fall of Warsaw. Perfect. Our red front line is starting to expand, not too out of control. And guess what? The war's over. So we started the war near the in May, um, and the war is now over. I don't care about world tension. I don't care that this is above 25%. I was only worried about high world tension because I wanted to keep the Allies out of the war. Now I don't care. Poland has fallen. I'm taking everything, including their navy. Let's submit our demands. Let's go ahead and confirm and exit. Poland has fallen. All of that territory is controlled by Germany. We're going to make some modifications here. Going to have to
Angetreten.
do some edits. Let's move the blue line up to there. Let's assign the
Angetreten.
pink army a frontline order starting here, going down to there. All right, Czechoslovakia is surrounded. Blue, what are you running?
Angetreten.
You're still running Winzig. You're now infantry division. Orange, you're also in the same situation. You are running the
Angetreten.
Winzig template. You're also going to change to the infantry template. These are defensive, not offensive templates, but it still will grow my army, and I'm fine with that shift. So I'm going to now do a
Angetreten.
field marshal order, and we're going to attack the Netherlands at some point. So there's my front line order for the field marshal, and another front line, and another front line, all for the field marshal. But these are currently not manned. I'm going to change that. I'm going to click on the Green Army,
Achtung.
and in particular, I'm going to select half the Green Army, which is 12 out of 24, and I'm going to control click here. So 12 were moved from this assignment down here, and I'm going to take half of the 12 I just assigned, 6, and click here. So I have 24 yellow, 12 green on this front line. I have 6 here and 6 here. As we defeat the Netherlands, this front line I will expand across Belgium because all of this territory will be under German control. And then I'll have the yellow army assigned to this and the other 12 assigned to this. So I'll have 24 and 18 with 6 staying down here. But all of these frontline orders
Alright.
for the field marshal, click on the field marshal. Let's do an offensive line. This is where I want my troops to basically move to for the frontline order against the Netherlands. Well, let's do another offensive line. This is for the front line against Belgium. Let's do another front line or offensive line. That's for the front line in Luxembourg. So I've got all my orders assigned. I'm in fantastic shape. So Poland has fallen. I've got my orders assigned to my armies. One that is missing
Angetreten.
is let's tell my tanks with a control click, move back to your fallback line. And now I'm ready for the next war, or I'm I've lined up my troops for the next war. And that war will be to sweep through the Benelux and sweep into France, followed by a naval invasion into England. That's the gist of the next war. I have almost completed around Maginot Line, and the fact that I've only got 25 out of 28 days knocked off of this tells me that how long did it take for me to defeat Poland? 25 days. Because I started this the same day that the national focus completed to declare war on Poland. So actually, I did it in 24 days because I had to wait one additional day before I declared war. Poland fell in 24 days. I got military factories from taking Poland. I also got a lot of dockyards from taking Poland. Previously, I had 20 dockyards. Now I've got 31. 11 additional dockyards came from my defeating Poland. So let's scroll down. I have 25 out of 31 assigned. I'm going to provide 5 more right here because I'm going to build destroyers even faster. And I'll put the rest on convoys so I can build convoys faster. I cannot add 2 battleships. They max out at 5 and I've already got them maximized. I could add 5 in additional to my submarines, but I've got plenty of submarines currently for what I'm trying to do. let's go ahead and clean up what I was setting up before. I did send my 10 additional out there, but I split the fleet into 2 fleets. We're sitting pretty. Let's assign these ships to their appropriate training fleets. So they're going to get trained. I am in a wonderful position as Germany. I also have uh, um, 5 additional military factories. Let's get those assigned. So those 5 will go out here on trucks because I need to make sure I have sufficient trucks for uh, motorization. I want to go from motorization level 2 to level 3, and I want to make sure I've got plenty of trucks out there to do that. I'm still building military factories. So here is 12 plus 11, 23, 33, 40, and 6 more. I've got 46 military factories still under production, still to be built. How many do I have currently? 104 military factories. I think, and I haven't pulled any stats specifically, but I think Germany has more military factories than any other country across the globe at this point. Germany has a total of 207 factories. They have 72 plus 5 civilian. They have dockyards, which is part of that calculation as well. So, yeah, Germany is in a very, very strong position at this point. Does Germany care about world tension? No, because no one can touch Germany. The next war that's going to occur will be with the Allies. And Germany wants to draw in all of the Allies. So when they invade and declare war on the Netherlands, they want England and France to join. So when those 2 major powers are defeated, Germany wins the war against the Allies. So that is up and coming. So let's go ahead and unpause. Let's speed up the game. And we are moving along at a fantastic pace. So 47% world tension. Maginot, around the Maginot is completed. I do not want to start the war yet. Could I? Yes, I absolutely could. Do I want to? I'm debating it and I'm thinking no. Why? There are a couple more national focuses I want to get knocked out here. And the next one for right now is going to be tactical air effort. That helps enhance my ability to research the 1940 um, airframe or fighter airplane, the small airframe, which allows me to design an airplane that will crush the Allies. So, again, oodles of factories coming, oodles already built, oodles of resources. Germany is now very, very strong. I'm going to give you a different perspective here, real quick. F6. By annexing Austria, this territory became core territory of Germany. By defeating Poland with the Danzig or War national focus, these 2 former Polish territories became core territories of Germany. If you go back in history, these 2 states were part of Germany prior to World War I. They were already part of Germany. So was Poznan, and so was Katowice, if I recall correctly. I wish they would become cores of Germany again, but they don't. We'll cry about it later. But we now have a completely contiguous German state. Is no separation of this territory, those 2 states, from the primary state of Germany. Again, F6, you can see it's all contiguous at this point. The next focus I'm going to do after this one is Sudetenland, because I'm going to get 2 more states. Sudetenland itself and not Zolny. I also get Eastern Sudetenland, which will bump my population by about 4 million. The total core population of Germany right now is just shy of 77 million. Add 4, we're going to be just shy of 81 million core population. Again, I think I stated this before. About the highest you can get Germany's core population as fascist Germany is about 80 to 82 million. So I'm right on track to hit that magic number. So I've unpaused. My troops are moving out and dispersing. I'm going to tell my armies
Angetreten.
to train. So if some of them are not fully trained, they're going to get fully trained. I'm going to tell
Befehle.
uh, excuse me, my Panzer divisions. They look fully trained, fantastic, but I'm not done with them. I'm going to modify their template. This one I'm going to modify directly. I'm not going to create a duplicate because this is what I'm going to base them off of from this point forward. 2 additional light tanks, 1 additional motorized infantry. I'm going to add maintenance companies, and I'm going to add logistic companies. I'm also going to add mobile combat support, motorized artillery. I'm going to add 2 of those. That cost me 65 Army experience to complete. I've made the change. It was an active, it was a live division
All
template.
right.
So these guys have to backfill with equipment. Will I have all the equipment readily available? Nope, I won't. Pretty sure I'm going to be short on, there it is, light tanks. So my light tanks are getting backfilled, but everything else I had plenty of equipment. This simply in red tells me that I'm sending equipment out. This number in 0 meaning I'm losing no equipment here. I'm losing equipment from this stockpile because it's being distributed to the tank divisions. All right, fuel refining completed. 1939. Getting those knocked out, wonderful. I think I'm a little early for that, so let's go ahead and get my logistic company upgraded as well. All right, this one's about to wrap it up. I need this as part of my airframe because of anti-tank cannon 2, 150 days. I still think it's a little early, so let's upgrade my engineering company. This one's got 3 and 6. Oh, I already know what I need to do here. Got loads of political power. As long as I'm here, I'm going to upgrade my stability by choosing improved worker conditions. And you might be confused by this. I'm currently at 88 and I'm going to choose anti-democratic raids and it drops 10%. Well, let's do communist raids. It drops another 10%. Anytime you choose one of these anti-ideology raids, it drops your current stability by 10%, but when it's completed, it upgrades it by 12%. So it's a net positive of 4% stability. So it's worth it to me. I still have 300. I'm going to go ahead and do a region-wide upgrade. Perfect. Still have 200. Let's go ahead and knock out my uh, military, um, excuse me, my doctrine by choosing Heinz Guderian as my theorist, my armor technology theorist. And I still have 162 power there, or experience on for Army. Let's go ahead and take a peek at, or let's backfill my 2 research slots, and I need to backfill with these techs. Why? They enhance my ability to fight on the seas or defend on the seas. So I want to get those knocked out. They don't take terribly long. You can see 90 days with the enhancement of 50 naval experience. Well, I've got naval experience to dedicate to it. So I'm good there. Currently, Italy wants to join my faction. I don't want Italy in my faction. Um, I've got outdated equipment. Okay, let's switch that out to the newer equipment. I've got free military factories. I've got 3 to assign. I'm going to bump this up to 10 additional. I do want loads and loads of CAS. And the next one I'm going to do after that is going to be to add 10 more to my basic small airframe. I am sitting pretty. Again, Italy, I don't need you or want you. Available war goals, because I completed the Maginot Line around the Maginot, a national focus. These war goals don't ever expire. So at my discretion, I can choose to invade the Benelux and then roll into France. I'm in great shape here. So it's July of 39, and in the historical timeline, I still have all of July, all of August before, so 2 months, and then on the 1st of September, I would normally invade Poland. Well, Poland's already mine. We're ahead of schedule. Germany's stronger now than the normal historical timeline. So whenever I see an opportunity to help Turkey, I choose to do it. And the reason I choose to do it is because I don't want Turkey to join the Allies. And if I refuse, Turkey ends up joining the Allies. If they happen to join the Axis, wonderful. I just don't want them to join the Allies. So that's my goal there. All right, tactical air effort is done. Perfect. Now, I'm going to do the one I said I may or may not do. Demand Sudetenland. I don't care about world tension. The game is pre-coded. If you do historical, Czechoslovakia will give up those two states. I might as well incorporate them. I get an additional 4 million population to Germany by doing this. So I'm currently at 77.26 million. I'm going to get about 4 million. So 4 on top of 77 puts me at 81. Right on my target timeline, right on my target population count. Everything is working swimmingly. This has some time to go, but not much. So Sudetenland, another 45 days and counting down before I grow. Now, let's look at Czechoslovakia. Currently, Czechoslovakia is guaranteeing Romania, but no one is guaranteeing Czechoslovakia. This is just saying that they're embargoing Italy. They don't like Italy. That's fine. They don't have a problem with Germany. Let's go out here to field hospitals. They are completed. So my division, the elite division for armies, has an additional 10% protection from war support impact and from a less than 10% or a reduction in experience loss when troops are injured and have to get cycled back in. So that's how this one works. You just start reducing your ability to be impacted by losses. I like that one. So it is August of 39. What tech do I want to chase next? I could chase this one, but I'm not going to. I still want to chase, still need to chase, and I need to actually get on top of this one right now. Yes, it takes 162 days. The rest will take less time, but I need to start this one so that I can start building the new airframes. So these are going to wrap up here pretty soon. I already got that tech. Oh, we are sitting pretty for everything here. Got a Mayo I need to address. This is for my naval airplanes. And this is my preferred configuration for it. You be you, you pick what you want, whether you even care about it at all. So Sudetenland is counting down 22 days, 21 and counting. All right, let's continue knocking out these techs. 114 days to get this one knocked out. It's a naval tech, so let's assign a naval Maya to it. All right, let's get another one knocked out. We want this one knocked out. And we're going to do the dive bomber tech, the Stuka tech, the cast tech. And this one is going to go to, it's going to get dedicated over here because this one gives us another cast tech, anti-tank cannon. It's a nice little bump to add to the Stukas. So that one's going to be available shortly. That's the one I want to do next. Let's bump back out here. 7, 6, and counting down. 5. Almost there. Let's get it queued up. Almost there. There we go. Boom. So it's October 4th. We're theoretically 1 month into the war with Poland. Haha, not really. And now I've got 16 days till I pick my next airplane tech, and the next airplane tech will be to study or research the improved small airframe. There is the national focus. Boom. It is ours. I could further chase down this path and take all of Czechoslovakia. It's October of 39. I'm debating what I want to do. what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to trigger Westfallen. I might even cancel that. I may cancel it. Let's look at where I'm at. I have airplanes, 1,000 available of fighters. I have 500 close air support. I already had good numbers already in the field. This is good. Oh, but I can't start yet. I do have to follow through on that tech. Why? Because I'm
Befehlen?
going to take my pink army right now, and they're all going to receive a new set of orders. And it will take about 60 days for them to get here and do it. Go here, go here, go here, defend all the ports. That's the order I'm giving them. It will take a while for them to get there. Don't forget, I control the sea zones. Well, there's no war going on. So my convoy rating is convoy rating against no one. Um, but they're here. Once my pink army, magenta army arrives, I'm going to set up two types of orders. One will be naval invasions, and they're going to cross from here, and they're going to take out the southern peninsula of British Malaya. And that will be with 9 of the 24. The other 15 will have a frontline order up here and push into this portion of British Malaya, and that will complete taking over. Um, oh, let's put these to the top. That'll complete taking over or taking away most of the rubber and a large amount of tungsten and other critical resources from Britain. It's going to cripple Britain by doing that. Things I need to do in order to be successful out here is I need to improve infrastructure. The reason I have to improve infrastructure is because as I drop armies in here, I'm going to be in low supply. I'm also going to connect all of my dockyards or my naval bases. That's really what I'm connecting. And I'm connecting them with rail lines so that they distribute supply effectively. I'm also gonna, let's go up here and connect this one. Let's also connect these two. Let's bump that up. So I've got some build items I need that are more important right now than the military factories. I already have plenty of military factories. They're not my priority. Infrastructure is. Need to get that infrastructure at the top, followed by the various um, connection points with rails. So
Achtung!
need to get that done. Let's take the blue line.
Achtung!
Let's edit it. And I don't have enough troops because it's more than 25 provinces long, but I'm still going to distribute my troops across the border of Czechoslovakia. So my magenta army is leaving. Good. Get to your locations. Let's hit F2. Let's also throw an additional 10 ships out here. On my strike force fleet. And I've crossed the critical boundary that I'm always chasing, which is to get above 8,000. And so it's October 1939. I have 8,000 supremacy and naval forces right here. When I extend it to right here, I will own this. Now, can Britain put more than 8,000 here? They absolutely can. But I'm going to supplement that with radar. Let's build my radar station. And I'm also going to supplement it with naval bombers and fighters. So I need to put 1, 2, 3, 4 fighters out there. Let's see how this backfills. Looking good. Got 400 naval bombers, got 400 fighters. I'm going to tell them to train to level 3. So let's shift click. That will position me to initially control this air zone or this sea zone with air coverage. But then I'm going to relocate it as I push through Benelux to cover the English Channel, and I'll dominate that air zone as well. Once I've dominated this air zone, I'm going to push my fleet out to cover this. Then I can naval invade Great Britain. So all in all, it takes about 60 to 90 days to complete pushing through here, controlling the air zone, controlling the sea zone, and preparing for my naval invasions. It works. And in those 60 days, I will have taken over British Malaysia and I will have crippled Britain's ability to produce airplanes. Why? Because I'm taking their rubber. Their rubber will be mine. So, completed another research item. Let's, now that it's October of 39, knocking out, knocking out, knocking out. Perfect. This will take 107 days. And it'll actually drop a little bit more because we're choosing to assign a buyout to it. So in 105 days, that will complete. In 110 days, the engine is complete. So that's really my critical item I'm researching before I swap out to a new airframe is I want the engines and the airframe done. So in 110 days, I'll be building 1940 tech. So right at the beginning of 1940, instead of starting the research in 1940, right at the beginning of 1940, I will already start producing superior airplanes than what the Allies are producing. I already have quite a few. Let's get this one knocked out. Let's do a status check. Where is my
Angetreten.
magenta army? Still moving along. If I come out here and I do a mouse over on the tips of the arrows, you're informed how long it's going to take. So an additional 40 days before my armies arrive here, and then it will take 10 to 15 days for them to cross um, that region of German Indonesia. Um, by then, I will have upgraded portions of the infrastructure. So we're at level 1. In 8 days and counting down, we'll be at level 2. And you see that 144 to complete all of the upgrades? Well, it's going to get shorter. Why? As you build infrastructure, your time to construct accelerates. So now it's only 120 days to complete 3 additional tiers. Well, in 30 some odd days, 37, 36, and counting down, that total count of 114 and counting down will get even shorter. It will drop, I think, by 10 or 20% when I complete the level 3 infrastructure. All right, we are sitting pretty. We have generated 32% of the total world tension, and total world tension is at 48%. Now, because we're not actively in a war or justifying a war against another country, our contribution is dropping. But again, I don't care. I want to engage all of the allies next. That's the goal. Looks like I backfilled all of my assignments to um, my military factory assignments. And now I'm going to bump this to 5 and this to 5. And I've got to backfill 5 more. One of the 5 was already filled in, or one of the 6 was already filled in. So I've got 2 here and 3 here still to backfill. And we're moving along. All right, it has completed. Do I want to? Okay, my armies are here. Do I want to do it yet? I don't. I want to wait. However, I may not pick a national focus during my wait period.
Achtung.
I'm going to take those 3 armies and give them an order. I'm warned, hey, your area defense order for all 24 divisions will be canceled if you do this. That's okay, because I'm changing them all. So those 3 armies will depart from here for a naval order and land here. And I hit enter to complete. These 3 armies, they're also going to get a naval invasion order. Left click here, right click here, hit enter, and it completes the order. These
Achtung.
3, guess what? You're also going to naval invade from here, but to this location. So I've got 9 divisions with naval invasion orders, 3 on each. I'm going to grab the rest
All right.
of my army. Now it looks like I've missed one. Well, that's okay. And I'm going to give them a frontline order. There. Okay, I didn't miss any. All 15 are assigned as a frontline. Let's also give them an offensive order. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. There. That's where I want them to move to. Let's also go into infrastructure again, or not infrastructure, but construction. Let's give them level 2 radar, and let's give them an air base. The reason I'm doing this is that purple army, that magenta army, has 400 planes. Well, I need to give them a place to land, and I also want to give them insight with radar into what they're facing. Radar can do that for you. So you can see the 400 are here, but these guys are so far away from here they can't even reach them. Those concentric circles indicate the range of the airplanes. The fighters have the best range. They can make it to here. The CAS can barely make it to the island itself. So this is CAS as well. My CAS right here will help them navally invade because they can be bombing up here during the invasion. But my CAS stuck down here in that airfield cannot help up here. So that's why I'm building an airfield up here. So let's go back. Time to build. Not very long, but I am waiting right now for this to tick up. These guys in
Angetreten.
particular. Oh, let's do the mouse over the right thing. Takes 21 days for every naval invasion that includes 3 divisions assigned. In other words, every naval invasion for a division takes 7 days. If you add a second division, now you're at 14 days. Add a third division, you're now at 21 days. Add a fourth division, you're at 28 days. Through various technologies you can research, that time to prepare for a naval invasion will get shorter, but the default for Germany is 7 days per division per order that they are assigned to, or 7 days per order per division that is assigned to that order. So because this has 3 divisions assigned to it, 7 times 3, that's 21 days. 7 times 3, 21 days. 7 times 3, 21 days. So that's kind of how that calculation works. All right, I've completed one of my primary air techs. Fantastic. It is December of 39. I'm going to go ahead and bump this one on my list because this one's going to give me better tanks. This one's on my list in 2 days. I should have done these. I'm going to cry about it later. But because I'm going to go to war here pretty soon, let's knock out some of my naval tech. Because I'm going to have capital ship to capital ship confrontations, I'm going to be chasing this line because I don't care much about convoy rating, except as a distraction. I'm ignoring this line. Um, I need to control the English Channel. This is important to me. So let's jump out here to air doctrine. I can get one additional air doctrine that improves air support mission efficiency and ground attack factor. Those are going to be critical to my fighting. And let's go out here to land doctrine. Let's knock out several of these right off the bat. Boom and boom to enhance my ability with army focuses. So I'm going to hit F4. You can see I do not have ideal. Um, this red is in this orange. These are all bad colors for supply. So I'm going to take my field marshal and I'm going to bump up motorization to level 3, the highest level. And let's watch these colors shift. There we go. Much, much, much better supply in those zones. So again, we don't like to see these colors. We don't like to see them. But right out here, I've got supply. I've got excess supply. So when I activate these orders, these guys will be in great shape. Got another completed tech. Let's bump out here. And as long as we're here, let's increase our attack capabilities for our capital ships. And let's increase our defensive capabilities for said ships as well. So we are right on the verge of declaring war. Got these knocked out, wonderful. My, if you notice out here, my stability is at 100%. Let's give it another Actually, let's give war support a little boost here. Let's give it radio propaganda, which gives me an additional 5% war support. We're up to 78. Once hostilities break out, I'm going to choose this one, which will bump up war support by an additional 10%. I don't want war support below 50%. You can have, it's rare that it happens for Germany, but you can have desertions, um, and you don't want that. Um, that is not a good idea for your army. So anyway, I think we're sitting pretty here. What's my time to complete preparation? 4 more days. I'm going to wait 4 more days before I declare war. So we're 18 out of 21, 19, 20. There we are, 1 a.m. on the 21st, or excuse me, 1 a.m. On the 3rd of January 1940. I'm ready to put the move on the British. So I have almost 1,000 of these. Let's knock out 8. Um, I've got 8 here. Let's knock out 8. So I've got 1,600 there. That exceeds the max capacity for that airfield. I'm not worried about it. Why? Of the dive bombers, let's give them their order. You're going to do close air support. And let's get you assigned right away. 1, 2, yeah, 3. Why not? Let's give 3 here. 1, 2, 3. Let's put 3 on yellow. And let's do the last 2. We'll send them out to pink to give them a little bonus out there. Of my 800 fighters, you're going to stay here. You're not going to be assigned to an army. You're going to do air superiority. And the initial 800 are all assigned right here, but I'm going to grab, I'm going to grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to grab 5. I'm going to send you down here. Come on, let's deploy. Haven't quite deployed. Come on, you can do it. Still aren't quite there. Come on, be deployed already. I want 500 to move here, there. And they're going to defend that area. So I've got 300 that stayed up here. They're defending this. And actually, of the ones that are defending, the three that are defending, I'm actually going to have 1 defend that area. So 2 here, 1 here, 5 here. All right, a little later than I wanted, but that's okay. We're the 5th of January, 4 a.m. And now we're going to move against the Allies. So I'm going to declare war on the Netherlands first. Let's activate my orders. Let's activate. Uh, I'm going to delay starting again. I don't need the fallback line anymore. I do want to put them up here. Let's get them 1, 2, 3, just to move them there. So I'm delaying my declaring war. Once they get up there, come on, you can do it. I don't care about that order anymore, so I'm going to delete that order. I just got my tanks there. Now I'm feeling much better. Let's F3 this. We're looking good. F2 this. We're looking good. Let's throw 10 more. 10 more into the strike force. And these guys just keep training. You're good. All right, so now I'm going to declare war on the Netherlands. Germany, or not Germany, the UK and France should join right away. If they don't, I don't really care, but I am declaring war. And if we look at the Netherlands right now, they're not in the Allies, but that's going to change. Belgium, not in the Allies, but that's going to change. The Luxembourg, not in the Allies, but that's going to change. These are all things that are going to change as I declare war on them. We are about 50% world tension. As a democratic nation, you can join factions if you are being attacked, and world tension is at least at 50%. Well, that's where we are. So, as I unpause, actually, I don't even want to unpause yet. I'm going to give real precise orders here. Why? Because I want this to go as fast as possible. So I'm
Befehle.
just giving orders to,
Ausrücken.
you're going to go there, 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 and there. You
Achtung.
are going to go here and there. You're going to go
Bereit.
here and there. These tanks are also
Angetreten.
going to just beeline. No, no, no. You're going to go here and then there. These
Achtung.
tanks, you're going to go here and there.
Bereit.
These 8 divisions, you're going to go straight there. These 5
Befehle.
tanks, you're going to go here and then there. Or I should say 5 infantry divisions. These 4
Angetreten.
tanks, you're just going to jump up as quickly as possible. That works if you take that route.
Bereit.
You're looking good. Oh, we are sitting pretty. So let's unpause again and watch the war break out. I want to see this include, there it is, United Kingdom's in it and France is in it. Perfect. Because they're in it, I can choose another national focus, which is blocked unless they're in the war. This national focus gives me war goals against Denmark and Norway. I want them. So F3, haven't quite kicked in for the air coverage. There we go. Air coverage is starting to kick in. Or at least their attacking air coverage is kicking in. I'm going to grab all of my airplanes and let's make sure that they're all active, valid orders. I just want to grab these 2 right up here. Good, good, good. Get out over the ocean. There, I'm feeling better about it now. All right, now let's hit F3 and see how things work out. Now they're active. All my orders are active and I've got green air. Goodbye, allies. You got nothing. We are steamrolling. There it is. The Netherlands have fallen. So I'm going to take
Angetreten.
the Field Marshal order, stretch it out over here. Let's get my yellow army down. Let's get my red,
Angetreten.
my tanks. Let's get them right here and give my tanks
Achtung.
an offensive line. Boom, boom. F3. We are sitting pretty. The Allies have tried to come back and say, no, no, you can't have this airspace. Well, we're going to still control it. Trust me. We're going to control that. I've got to pick a new research item. This one is going to help out my artillery. So let's go ahead and bump it. And let's jump back out here. Look what I've started. I said I'd do it, and I have. Let's grab the pink army. Let's choose to delete all of these orders. Why? I want all of these 9 divisions to share the same order. I'm going to halt them. Boom. Stop running. You guys, go here. You guys, go here. Oh, I lied. I want 2 of you to actually go right there. And you 3, we're going to break you up. Let's grab 1. And you're going to go here, 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 here. Gut the inside, and you 2, just in case we run into troops, go there. These guys, I'm just going to let run. So let's hit F3. I've got green air, and I've got an airfield where they can fight from. Let's highlight the airplanes. Look, they can now reach the combat zone. They've got the range to do it. This is all good stuff. So I'm going to hit F3. 400 I should have a total of 600 planes out here. 200, the CAS are still inbound. We're golden. And as long as I'm at this, let's actually put an offensive line order out here, just so that after they complete, they continue with other orders. So after they complete their active moves, let's make sure you're still following it. Good. So I'm going to hit F3. Air coverage is wonderful. I'm going to hit F2. My sea zones are still dominated weakly. I have 257. Back in Europe, 8,000. Back here, 200. That's why I say this is a distraction. It's going to force the British Navy to deploy out here. When they deploy out here, it means they have less of a navy out in Europe, giving me an opportunity to cross the English Channel without too much fuss. I haven't and should have upgraded my admiral with additional skills. Now they can do their naval activities or their submarine activities even better. So here is the Netherlands joining the Allies. Whoop-dee, I could care less. I've already beat them. I'm waiting for troops to move, redeploy, and then once they redeploy, I'm going to go ahead and trigger a war with Belgium. And they're right on the verge of being close enough. All right, you are close enough officially. Declare war. Send. Let's activate the offensive line for the tanks. F3, I'm still looking golden. Yes, they have more airplanes, 1,800 and 460. I've only got 600 fighters there. That's all right. Leaves me open to push into Belgium. Oh, pushing away. Here we go. F3, still dominating there over there. We can push in. Come on, tanks. Come on, tanks. Push in. Take out Brussels. Oh, I do not want to change my focus. It's very, very, very annoying when your tank line expands too far. Don't want my tank line to expand. F you. All right, I've got some here. You're going to push in. Actually, my tank line, I'm done with my tanks in Belgium. You're going to pull down to here. That's now my front line. All 15 tanks. Let's give them an offensive line. You guys are going to push to here. And I'm going to edit another offensive line, which is this one right here. This is the offensive line. No, that's the front line. This is the offensive line for the field marshal. I'm going to push it out to here, there. So once they defeat Belgium, keep pushing into France. That's now their order. Let me activate. I've activated the offensive line for the tanks. We're sitting pretty. And as long as we're here, let's go ahead and declare war on Luxembourg and wrap that up. Almost. Luxembourg, they're running. They're leaving. Belgium has capitulated. Luxembourg is about to capitulate. Look at my red front line for the tanks. Screw that. Let's shrink it again. Keep them focused. Keep them pushing. Come on. Oh, there's British Malaya has capitulated. I stopped babysitting it. What's our status out here? Well, let's find it. Fantastic. Looks like we're wrapping this up. Those guys are gone. Let's put somebody across into here, actually. Let's have all of them fight there. And let's adjust our pink offensive line. And let's add an offensive line right here. So we push through there. We are sitting pretty for taking out the British supplies, the British critical resources. Let's take a peek. I'm short on aluminum. Well, who's got a lot of aluminum? Let's click on aluminum. France does. I'm about to take out France. Hungary does. So let's backfill with Hungary for right now. I gave up 7 civilian factories. Oh, darn. I'm not worried about it. The reason I'm not worried about it is I'm going to get from here. I've already got some additional aluminum. And when I take out France, I will backfill all of it. So it's not a problem anymore. So you do see a penalty due to lack of aluminum. I don't care. I've just traded for it, so I've got enough. I'm going to go ahead and bump an additional 10 military factories, 3 initially, 7 more from the queue, so that I keep producing airplanes. Okay, let's hit F3. Hey, this isn't quite as bad as it was before. I do have some army experience I'm going to spend. Let's come back out here and let's increase our recovery rates. That'll help our push with the tanks. We're pushing. Come on, keep going. Luxembourg is down. So I currently have two field marshal orders. We no longer need
Suchen
the
Deckung.
Luxembourg order. So I'm going to have the Green Army selected, control click on the white line, the field marshal line, and you can see an abandoned order. We don't need the abandoned order. That was the one to get into Luxembourg. Let's clean up our lines a little bit. Let's pull back the Orange Army to keep them from not overlapping with my offensive line, my fighting army, and let's just keep on pushing. Oh, wonderful. Oh, our lines got a little confused here. I don't need 12 there. Let's
Angetätigt.
wrap that up as quickly as possible. That line will disappear.
Ausrücken.
However, let's not let our field marshal line shrink the way it was shrinking. Let's not let the armor front line grow the way it was growing. All right, there we go. So as that field marshal line was dissolved because we took everything bordering it, I now have 48 total infantry divisions on this field marshal frontline order. 48 divisions assigned to the offensive line, split between 24 green and 24 yellow, and we are pushing. France will collapse next. It is the 21st of January, 1940. France is going to fall. Let's hit F3. We've got two challenged air superiorities, but where should they have their air if they want to stop me? They should have it in France. Where don't they have it? They don't have it in
Befehle.
France. All right, let's control. Keep them focused. Keep the armor pushing forward. Don't let them spread out too far. Oh, we're looking good. Looking really good here. No one's in Paris.
Angetreten.
Oh, he's pushing there. You guys are going to
Ausrücken.
push right there. And you guys, if you're
Ausrücken.
not doing it, are going to start pushing everybody. No, everybody stay focused. Everybody needs to drop this guy. Once Le Havre falls, now that Paris has fallen, it's over. So let's do a status check. This is where you can see the level of capitulation. Belgium's already fallen. It's 100% in the Netherlands. Let's scroll down and find France. France is at 98%. If I take Le Havre, France will fall. If I take Rheims or Sedan, they will fall as well. So I'm just letting my armies push to finish this up. Come on, let's push further. Push further. We're almost there. France has officially fallen. Germany will be taking everything. There will not be a Vichy France. The reason that popped up is because France is at, oh, it says 98%. It's going to be at 100 any moment now. And all of the blue is going to disappear and become the German color. There we go. Le Havre has fallen. Let's take a peek out here. France hasn't been official yet. It will be official at 1 a.m. on the 27th of January. It always waits for the day to complete before capitulation is officially respected. So we're almost there. 21, 3, 4. There we go. France is gone. Now, Rudolf Hess, one of my advisors, is lost because Rudolf Hess, historically, it is suspected that he attempted to uh, restore the British monarchy and was in negotiations with the King of England um, to usurp their current governmental system and restore monarchy. Um, Rudolf Hess crashed in Great Britain, and it didn't work out, obviously, historically, but it definitely would have been an interesting situation had he succeeded in his mission. So, the remaining blue nuggets out here, those blue nuggets are non-French troops. So you can see there's a British troop here. We can see British troops out here. Um, they are attempting to escape continental Europe. I like to beat them to it and take them out so it's fewer troops have to fight later. But Our national focus is done. Fantastic. Now I'm going to go ahead and choose this 70-day focus, which is to reintegrate additional territories back into the fascist umbrella of Germany. These are this state and Luxembourg are also going to be cored countries. You can see right now it's occupied. When you complete that national focus, it becomes a core of Germany. So I'm going to start down that path. It is possible that before those 70 days complete, it's actually highly probable before those days complete that um, that England will have already capitulated. But we'll wait and we'll see how that works out. I've got more military factories to assign, 6 additional. I'm absolutely kicking it on fighters, creating more than any other country at this point, creating almost over 8 a day, soon to be near 10 a day. Um, what else am I shy on? I've got perfect numbers for naval bombers. I don't need to increase that. I've got great numbers here. I'm just for shits and giggles going to go ahead and choose um, to throw an additional 5 on infantry equipment. Why? When you are fighting a war, you can lose a lot of infantry equipment daily. I've seen it approach upwards of 1,000 daily. So I've added more factories to it to counteract. So I'm producing 131 a day. I am consuming 335. Well, the gap between the two is that 203. I'm in a negative. Um, Now, I do have a large stockpile of infantry equipment, but I've seen 100,000 disappear quite rapidly, especially when you're losing approximately 1,000 a day. So that's 100 days worth of stockpile. That's not a lot of time in a war, especially if you're confronting the Soviet Union. So made the assignments, building more infantry equipment. Now I need to take my Orange Army.
Angetreten.
This is one that has the original infantry template. They're going to go ahead and get an order to defend area defense, but specifically defend the ports. You're going to defend quite a few states, in particular their ports, all across here up until there. And I'm going to take my
Achtung.
Yellow Army, and you're going to do a very similar order, but in different states. Defend the ports, defend them here, 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 all the way up into the Netherlands. What we're trying to do is prevent a naval invasion from the United Kingdom into continental Europe. So we're going to defend them. Green,
Bereit.
you're going to get a fallback line right there. And I'm not quite sure why Green thinks he's got an order, but I'm going to do a control click here. Boom. Oh, that's why they thinks they have an order. There is still a field marshal order right there. All right. So Green's got its order, and Green is going to deal with another order. Naval invasion. Leave here, go here, hit enter to confirm. Leave here, go here, hit enter to confirm. Pick your port city you leave from, right click on your destination, hit enter to confirm. Nobody's assigned to it. Let's change that. I want 3 here,
Achtung.
3 here, and 3 here.
Bereit.
So now the countdown from 21 days down to 0 days is about to begin for that naval invasion. So I hit F2. Why? Because I want to see my C zone. What does this C zone look like? Well, Britain has up to 13,000 naval supremacy here. How much can I express? Only 8,200. That's not good for me. So I'm going to take my 800, 400 fighters, 400 naval bombers. I'm going to send them here and tell them you're now going to operate over the English Channel. Start taking out ships up here. I'm also going to hit F2 and I'm going to tell my Navy, including my convoys, there are certain sea zones I don't want you to traverse. Why? If the British control these areas and my transport ships cross these areas, my transport ships will get sunk. temporarily, I'm preventing my Navy and my convoys from entering areas where they're going to get sunk. I'm going to develop air supremacy across here, which will push out the British Navy. Once the British Navy is weakened enough here, I'm going to move into that area. So that's another thing I'm doing. Last thing I want to do, as I kind of stated
Zeigt es
before,
ihnen!
is I want to get rid of guys like that. So for
Achtung!
you, just move down and kill them. That should be
Greift
enough to
weiter
get to them.
an!
For my red, my fast moving armor, um, surround him, and that's the front line, and do an offensive line right there. And let's do another, same army, front line, and offensive line. I'm going to take half of that army. So there I've split off half. Half of 15 is 7 and 8. You can't split a division in half. But I'm going to have half of them go here, and I'm going to activate both sets of orders. So my tanks are going to surround these areas and then attack those areas. That's what's going to happen now. You can see some are trying to escape. He's trying to get to that location. He did. One actually left. That's fine by me. But now that this guy's here, I'm
Angetreten!
just going to tell him to go straight at that guy. All right,
Angetreten!
they're going here. I want them to beat him to
Angetreten!
that location. Wonderful.
Bereit!
Beat him here. I should be faster. Wonderful. I am faster.
Bereit!
All right, you guys are going to go here and then cut them off. Don't give them a spot to retreat to if you can. Here is one of the two research items I'm waiting before I upgrade my airplanes, my fighters in particular. One is down. Just need the engines to complete, and then I'm in a sweet position. It's 1940. Let's knock out radar tech, and in 4 days I'll have another one I can apply. Fantastic. Looks like we've got them. Come on, we killed them all. My tanks no longer
Befehle!
have orders. Let's give them a fallback line of right here. Why? Because it's in the middle of several supply depots. They're not going to be short on supply. So let's hit F3. Air dominance looking really good. The fact that this is yellow tells me something very positive. My crippling of rubber supply to England is impacting them. I also triggered the attack against the Allies fairly early. It's just completing January of 1940. Germany controls all of um, the former Allied territories in continental Europe. And let's do a status check here. We're 4 days into a 21-day preparation to do a naval invasion. Let's take a peek out here. This was 13,000. Now it's 12,000 and dropping. I need to put a couple items in the queue. I need to increase my radar, my ability to see what is not directly connected. Radar gives you vision into other zones, whether it's a land, air, or sea zone. It gives you vision into it. That will help me with my fighting and claiming control over the naval sea zone right here. But I want to augment my, oh, perfect. I want to augment, and I needed to backfill, but I didn't. My control of the air zone right up here. Once these guys deploy, they are still deploying. Once they're deployed, I'll have green air up here. That's really what I'm trying to say. Come on. There we go. They have deployed. And I'm going to start sinking stuff. So I sank 10 submarines, all sunk. F3. This is a contested air zone. So I don't quite have enough planes to control it, but I am impacting it, and I'm sinking ships. So I need more fighters. Fighters are my pain point right now. I need more. So if I come out here and look at my stockpile, where are my fighters? I only have 383. I want it to be over 1,000. All right, I have completed research for my magic engine. This is what I'm about to do is going to slow down fighter production. Why? Anytime you change, not just modify how the airframe is designed, but you change to a different airframe, there will be an impact to your efficiency for production. And that's what I'm about to do. But it's a much better plane, more dominant in the skies, so it's worth it to me. So instead of a single tier 1 engine, it's a tier 3 engine. And I'm going to add self-sealing fuel tanks. And I'm going to add extra fuel tanks to give it even more range. And I'm going to add armor plating. There are 4 slots available to you down here. These are the combat ones. These are your defensive or performance ones down here. So as I move up, I'm going to add, instead of light, heavy machine guns. Heavy machine guns. And I'm going to save this and make that my production. This gray line was a lot higher before. Now it's less. Now I'm only making 3.66 a day. This line will grow fairly rapidly. The gray will overtake the red. But for right now, my production is impacted. Let's also do the same thing for my naval bombers. Why? Because they don't have a lot of range and they don't have a lot of power, and I want to change that. Instead of 1, I'm going to put on 2 engines, tier 3. Instead of, well, actually, the original design had a light turret. I'm going to throw a heavy turret on it. I'm also going to give it extra range, and I'm also going to give it floats. Now, for its armament, it's going to have better torpedoes. That is my naval bomber that I'm swapping out to. So I only produce 4 a week. That's less than 1 a day. It's okay. It will improve the range. It will improve the dominance of this air zone. And now I want to change this one. I want my cast to have more range as well. So same airframe, but almost identical to the naval bomber. Throw 2 engines on it, level 3. Give it a defensive turret. Give it extra fuel tanks, but this time I'm going to give it dive brakes. That's your CAS specific technology. Now, CAS weapons, anti-tank gun 2, and heavy bomb locks. Now, I've got a much more dominant airplane to build for close air support. So, sitting pretty, looking good, hit F3. This is the only area I don't control, but they can't reach that location anymore. So I'm going to relocate those fighters here and have them protect that area. So currently there are 500 total planes covering it. It's about to change. Once mine arrive, boom, and it shows green air. I'm looking really, really good. I've got green air here too. Oh my gosh. If my naval invasion is done, I don't think it is. I'm only 7 days in. If my naval invasion was done, I could invade right away. But it's not done. All right, so I've got to give it some time here. All right, they sent some more planes over. Fine by me. So I've got 400 fighters covering it. They've got 200 fighters and 500 bombers. So it's a contested air zone. How are we looking here? I've got 400. Why aren't you guys? No, you are configured. Um, Contested air zone. I am shooting more of them down than they are me. So this is okay. I want this to always be lopsided one direction. Looking good. Still good. How are we looking out here? Still looking good. I'm losing. They're not, but it's still looking really, really good. All right. How does this look? Oh, I'm still crushing them. Oh, I do have to. Been ignoring picking a new research item. And now that we're 1940, let's go ahead and enhance the infantry. And this is Italy asking to join. Now, I don't need your help, Italy, but thank you for asking. Need you guys. Oh, they're already configured to go. Let's hit F4. All right, we do have some problems. Let's hit F2. Look, British Navy's here. Parts of it, but that's okay. Air looking good here. All 600 are here. but I do want to do some construction queue items. Uh, I need 15. I only have 11 supply. Let's work on that. So that's where the port exists. So I'm going to start building a rail line from there. And it is at the bottom of the queue. I'm going to do a shift click on this arrow. It's now at the top of the queue. In 5 days, I'll have 14 supply up here. Much better. And if I'm going to hold the control key down this time. That way it starts always at the top of the queue. Boom. So I'm just connecting my ports so that I have better supply. So I'm going to hit F2. I am shipping back um, rubber, aluminum, and oil from here. And so far, Britain doesn't have enough control to really impact it. I am sinking convoys. My submarines are doing their job. All right, let's jump back to Europe. So I'm going to double click here. Boom. And my tanks are rolling back. We're looking good. Looking really good. I've got political power to spend. One of the things I said I'd do is utilize domestic film industry. We're currently at 70%. Now we're at 80% war support. We are in fantastic shape. Let's do an integration because again, I've got political power to spend. We are sitting pretty fighting the Allies. And the Allies are losing subs. I'm sinking them. Fantastic. What do we have out here? Another sub sunk. Another 10 subs sunk. So, yeah, the Allies are facing some problems here. Their supremacy is now from 13 max to 10 max and dropping. Mine still at 8,200, not shifting. Well, it looks like I did lose a couple subs. So because I've got subs already fully trained, I'll just redeploy them, reassign them to backfill fully trained crews out in that fleet. Gonna do a quick status check out here. Nobody else is guaranteeing the Netherlands, or excuse me, Denmark.
Achtung!
So I'm going to take you guys off of that order. I'm going to put you on that order. And I'm going to tell you to go there. This is not an offensive division template, but Denmark collapses as soon as I declare war. 24 hours after I declare war, Denmark says, I quit, I give up. So I don't really fight there. So I'm not worried about it. Back to Yugoslavia, I don't care. I don't care what you do, Yugoslavia. You don't matter to me. So, my Blue Army has abandoned the borders of Czechoslovakia because we're about to take Denmark. F2, oh, still dropping, just above 10,000. And when I control the skies over the English Channel, let's hit F3, like I do right now, it diminishes the ability um, to have sea power. It reduces your sea power. So even though this says 9,500 and dropping, it will be even less than that because they don't have air supremacy. Meaning I can trigger this probably in less than a day. In a day, we're going to trigger it. So my army's here. I don't want to wait anymore. Let's go ahead and declare war. And let's say go. And come on, there you go. Denmark says, I quit. And I say I'm going to go ahead and protect you instead of conquer you. I'm going to tell my Blue Army,
All right.
halt. Stop trying to move forward. My Blue Army is going to get new orders. It's going to have 3 naval invasion orders. Why? If I get Norway involved in the war, they will join the Allies. When they join the Allies and I defeat the United Kingdom, Norway capitulates as well. Every country that's part of the Allies, when the Allies lose, has to submit to my demands. I want Norwegian territory. And I'll show you why here in just a little bit. So, yes, I've defined the orders, but I haven't assigned any troops to them. No divisions assigned. So let's take a peek out here. Am I prepared? Yes. The only thing I'm missing is sea zone dominance. So how I'm going to get my dominance is I'm going to open up that sea zone and I'm going to tell my army or my navy, go here. Why is it green? I've got 8,200. They've got 8,000 to almost 9,000. Why? Because F3, they don't control the air. But in particular, I also have radar stations with insight. So I have better vision into the area. Now that I've got green C zone, I can trigger this. I can activate my invasion. So it's been activated. Um, let's make sure it's, yeah, it's been activated. What? Activate. Yes, it has been activated. These 9 divisions have already left port and are going to land in England. Now that they have left port, I'm going to take all 3 of those orders and delete them. They're already active. They're still going to follow through on those orders. Because I don't have any active division assigned C orders, that lets me assign divisions up here. The default limitation to naval invasions, Germany can maximize at 10 divisions assigned to any naval invasion. Not 10 per naval invasion, 10 total. So I had 9. I had 3 orders to invade England, 3 divisions each. I had 9 of my 10 already assigned. I couldn't assign all of these. Now I can. So I'm going to take 2, assign, 2, assign, and 2, assign. The reason I'm doing only 2 instead of 3 doesn't take much to land. All I've got to do is land and I'm fine. Norway is going to be part of the war. And with 2, it only takes 14 days to prepare. So I'm going to go ahead and unpause, let this proceed. Those are my 9 divisions. They're still following the order, even though the order's been deleted. And next thing I know is I want them to land. Land in Great Britain. We're almost there. Almost there. Right on the verge. Land, land, land. Perfect. Now I'm going to delete all of the Green Army orders. I'm going to give them a frontline order. Boom. Let's give them an offensive line. Go to here and say go. Perfect. Now I'm going to take my tanks. Guess what? Same thing. Front line here. Offensive line, not going to be quite as far. I'll have them stop. Oh, I'll have them stop right there and say go. Very little micro has to occur and Great Britain will fall. All I'm waiting on this is an additional 11 days. In 11 days, I'm going to trigger these orders. When these orders are triggered, Norway will be drawn into the war. No one is protecting Norway. This is perfect. So we're still counting down for the invasion of Norway. Let's backtrack on pink. How are we looking here? Nobody has tried to take their territory back. Wonderful. I've got better, not ideal, but improved, improved, supply. Let's just see if we can knock them out. No sense in wasting any more time up there. I'm going to backtrack. Get some of my tanks arriving. Perfect. I'm going to grab U6, which is a mixture of infantry and tank divisions, and send you here. All right, I still control it. Oh, that's funny. Normally Britain sends enough in here that I don't control it. But I don't want to leave my ships here anymore. So I'm going to do a shift click or shift right click, which removes that from an active sea zone for my Navy. Let's just roll back here. And when they roll back, this will turn green again. How am I looking for the blue? Oh, we're 5 days to go. How many days left? 4 days to go. London has fallen. The beginning of the end for the Allies. 3 days to go. That's until I can trigger the naval invasion of Norway to draw Norway into the Allies. 2 days to go. 1 day to go. All right.
Angetreten. Angetreten.
Let's wrap up that little arm of Great Britain. How many days to go? No days to go. I'm going to trigger the order. I'm going to declare war on Norway. And my troops will leave to go invade Norway. Norway, what do? They join the Allies. That's wonderful. It's exactly what I was hoping for. Great Britain has almost fallen.
Befehle.
You guys, let's stay focused. Let's go up there. They should be able to steamroll right through those different provinces. There we go. Fast, fast, fast. Don't give them any recovery time. 86, 89. All done. All taken out. Let's keep going. Keep pushing.
All right.
Oh, looking sweet out there. Hey, I've landed. Let's
Angetreten.
help these guys out. Let's take out that guy. It looks like that landing didn't work out, but I'm still going to take out the port. Got 4 guys fighting it. Perfect. Come on. We're almost there. There we go. Now that we've got the port, F4, we've got, well, we will have supply. Let's delete that order. Let's have all 4 of you go here. All right, they're going to fall. I'm good with that. Looks like I've lost 3 more submarines. That's okay. I'm pretty sure, yeah, you've got some inbound. You don't. All right, so let's get some more subs out there. Put 2 bark onto here, back to full strength, 1 back to here. It's at full strength. And there we are, dominating the coverage of the air zone over the English Channel, giving us control of the sea zone in the English Channel. And we are decimating the British fleet. All right, you 5, you're not going that way. You're going to take out that section. You guys are going to go, no, you're going to go right through there first. All right. Whoa, how did you guys get there? That's not right. Come on. Let's unpin them. Unpin them. There we go. Unpinned. Perfect. Where the
Greif
hell
weiter
are you
an!
guys going? No, you're going through there. Oh, the AI sometimes becomes so stupid with the orders.
Bereit! Zeigt es ihnen! Greift
At this
weiter an!
point, I just want to finish, wrap up the allies. Alright, you guys
Angetreten!
will go there. You guys are
Außer
gonna
Rand!
help go there. Once my army gets to Newcastle, that's when Britain capitulates. Good. British Isles in the south, completely dominated. It is March of 1940.
Angetreten! Befehle!
You're not doing what you think you're gonna do. You're not
Achtung!
doing what you think you're gonna do. Let's get to Newcastle and let's wrap this thing up. Come on, push up into Newcastle. Now, it's 10 p.m. on the 24th. Let's do a status check. United Kingdom is gone. So in 3 hours, the United Kingdom will officially capitulate. There we are, 1 a.m. on the next day, and all of these countries have capitulated. What are we going to do here? We're going to carve them up. Germany's going to keep all of Western Europe. What do I mean by that? Netherlands, now I care. I didn't care before, now I care. All of that is mine. Let's go. Let's go. France, continental Europe. France, in the continental Europe, you're gone. You don't exist anymore. And actually, France as a whole, you will stop to existing. Um, yeah, that's good. Norway, let's jump up here. Norway, you're all mine. Goodbye. Netherlands, you still have a few territories. Nope, I've already taken that. You're gone. Wonderful. Belgium, I'm not taking everything. I'm only taking those two because I'm going to be liberating some states out here as well. Things I already know I want to take, in addition to some of the continental holdings, I'm going to take Kuwait for oil, long-term positioning. I'm going to take what sometimes splits off as Burma, because there is an insane amount of tungsten there. I will be taking British Malaya. I will also be taking down here. I'm going to take New Caledonia. Why? Because it's got a lot of chromium. Jumping over here. I'm going to take those two because I like the contiguous nature of those two, but also there's a lot of aluminum there. I'm also going to come down here and I'm going to take portions of South Africa, chromium. So that's my initial grab. Let's submit the demands. And the colors change. What it was claimed by Germany, because Germany is the only participant, these are the participants, the winners, these are the losers. Germany's the only participant out here. Germany's the only one that can make choices. When other countries are involved, such as Italy, maybe you let Italy into the Allies, they're going to have points to spend, and they're going to be potentially countering your moves for claiming territory. I don't want them to do it. That's why they're not in it. But I'm going to change from take, and I'm going to go to liberate. And I'm going to liberate the Faroe Islands. I'm going to liberate Ireland. I'm going to liberate China. I'm going to liberate Yemen. Communist China, it's the same territory as China, so I can't do it. And these are all countries I'm liberating. Now, as I'm making these decisions, you're going to note up here, these numbers get smaller. Why? Germany's not the conqueror. Germany's the liberator. That's Germany's role during my playthrough. Germany will be freeing countries from the yoke of imperial oppression. Germany will still reserve its rights to keep countries that provide critical resources. I want Botswana. Thank you. Bahamas, you're free. Bangladesh, you're free. Belize, you're free. These countries are all being liberated from being controlled by France or the United Kingdom. Scotland, you guys wanted to be free. Guess what? You're free now. These countries, some have resources, but nothing in sufficient numbers that warrants my actually caring about them. I'd much rather get the negative, okay, or the reverse of world tension. So as I pick this one right here, if I were to close this down and say the peace conference is done, world tension would be at negative 1%. It went from 40, almost 50% during the war. I've now reversed it completely. Why? Because Germany's not the conqueror. Germany is the liberator. Germany had to defeat the Allies to liberate the people that were being oppressed by the Allies. And look, I've got loads and loads of countries to do that with. Most of them reside in Africa. I would say 70 to 80% of Africa was controlled either by France or by Great Britain pre and post World War II, I should say. So I'm just cleaning that up just like it should have been cleaned up before and was cleaned up before. A lot of countries declared their independence after World War II. Oh, sure, Corsica, I don't care that much about you. So let's submit the demand. So the way, if I were to leave things as they are right now, world tension would be at almost negative 80%. I'm not done cleaning things up. Let me tell you that. I will be taking the entire British fleet. Boom, that creates some world tension. I will be taking what's left of the French fleet. I'll be taking the Belgian, the Netherlands, Norwegian, the Australian, the Canadian, the New Zealand, and the British Malayan fleets. Submit those demands. So almost 80, negative 80% now. I shaved off about 17% from the negative side of the house, but I'm still not done. England, you don't exist anymore. France, you don't exist anymore. Australia, you're not Australian anymore. Canada, you're not Canadian anymore. New Zealand, guess what? Same fate. British Raj, same fate. Submit demands. I have defeated the Allies, and I'm leaving it in a better state globally, world tension wise, than it was before I started the war. Dutch East Indies, I'm still ignoring you. Why? Because you're still a carrot for Japan. Japan is currently still out of control. Or maybe not. Did Japan lose? No, no. This is not a fair representation of war status. This is original country boundaries. So forget that. As soon as I complete this, the world map over China is going to show Japan all out there. So forget that. So I'm done. I'm going to leave the Dutch East Indies the end. Let's confirm and exit. Pause right away. World tension, it says 10%. Japan's the one who's contributed the most to world tension. I'm not even listed there anymore. How much world tension was manipulated by this playthrough? Negative 100% at the very end. I've removed an insane amount of world tension here. So that's where things stand. Let's hit F2. All of these navies are what I claimed. I will merge them into a single fleet. Now that they're a single fleet, I'm going to split them into submarine and other. So I'm just double clicking on the subs, right clicking, I'm telling them to go train. If I still see subs, I double click until all the subs are selected, send them to train, and I'm going to take my surface fleet and send it to train. Now, let's take a peek at trade. I'm importing aluminum. Why? What's the point? I've got plenty. So I've got more oil than I had before, more aluminum than before, obviously more rubber, more tungsten, more steel, more chromium. Germany wants for nothing. It is this in this playthrough, March of 1940. The Allies have been defeated. I don't have to be fearing traversing sea zones. Why? Because who has the dominant navy globally? Germany does. That is how I'm going to end things, with Germany in a dominant position. Germany having plenty of resources to do anything it wants. Germany having the flexibility to invade Russia if it wants, to cross over and put its armies on the United States border and move south and take out the United States. One of the reasons you might want to do that is I'm going to hit R because maybe you want some of that oil. That is Texas oil production. That's not U.S. oil production. That's Louisiana oil production, not the U.S. oil production. That's Oklahoma oil production. There's 24 over in New Mexico, 24 up here in Colorado, California, 432. A lot of oil in the U.S. U.S. is the dominant oil producer globally during World War II, the 30s, the 40s, and 50s. Are there other places with oil? Yeah, absolutely. Well, that happens to be one of the islands I control, Curacao. Venezuela has a fair amount of oil as well. But if I were to chase oil exclusively, the United States would be my next target. What does the United States, or how does the United States feel about Germany? Well, they say they hate Germany. They don't hate Germany. I'm all confused here. When I unpause the game and let possibly 24 hours transpire, this will actually drop to what you see with the mouse over, minus 10%. The reason it shows minus 100, that's when Germany appeared to be a conqueror instead of a liberator. Now that Germany has produced negative world tension, the only disagreement the United States has with Germany is that they're not democratic. Germany says, well, we hate the United States. Why? Because they have a different ideology. Well, they've also chased a national focus, which is to trigger a war or fight against Germany. That's war playing black. They're also embargoing Germany. So Germany's not too happy. Um, I don't know the mechanics to undo an embargo once it has started, but just so you know, the United States doesn't have a problem with Germany. I'm sure it could be reversed, but guess what? We don't need to trade with the United States to be operational. We can do everything we need to do without them. So that now is how I want to leave things. Uh, Germany is the dominant player globally, has the largest navy, has the largest air force, has the most factories of any other country out there. It can only grow stronger through domination at this point. It's not going to grow any weaker. But anyway, I appreciate you watching this. I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe you learned something from it as well. Thank you very much.